What's going on, everybody? This is Def from More Tribe. Welcome back to another episode of this season. We play Alabama tomorrow. I'm recording on a Friday, right now, but I'm gonna talk about my little last video that was like a couple weeks ago, and a lot of people were not happy with my thoughts and opinions on it. Like, it was very strange. Like, I thought 8-4 would be good. They said that I didn't have any faith and I, needed to take this channel down, delete every video. Some people were saying. I don't think it's even popped up on like the last video or something. I don't know. Maybe YouTube took it down or something. So yeah, it was just very weird. I thought I had at least a little faith. Maybe it's just the way I came across it. 8-4 is pretty good considering who we're playing against and how our schedule kind of lines up. So I don't know what deal with that was, but it is what it is. But my little thoughts going into tomorrow's game. I'm not expecting to win at all, just because I don't know what the offense is going to look like. I don't know what the defense is going to do. It does help that Alabama's running back is injured, out for the game. And so is their star defensive tackle. He's out for the game too. So that's pretty helpful for the Noles. But the keys to victory for Florida State tomorrow is that you got to be able to block and run the football. You got to have Tommy Boy run. You got to have him run. You got to use his ability to use his feet and run for first downs, make plays. And another key, run play action. Run the ball for like a couple plays and then pop with a play action pass. Throw it to Deuce or have Squirrel catch it. You know what I mean? You use your ability to run the football if you can, and then use a play action pass to score, make plays, do something. Use your receivers as much as you can. I mean, I know we're like a run-first team because Gus is running it, but let's use the ability. Like, we got Jalen Lucas, who's about as tall as, a leprechaun. He's pretty fast. Squirrel White is pretty fast. You got Deuce Robinson, and you got Javon Boggs, I forgot. But those two out there are like 6'6", 6'7". That's like the new trend. So, but Tommy has the players that could be good, as in average. You know what I mean? You got 6'7" Deuce Robinson who can go up there and get you a ball. I've seen him do it. I've watched USC games last year. Like, he can do it. He can make some plays. Squirrel White, the ability of how fast and agile he is, his agility's kind of crazy, can make you some plays. He can do something for you. Jalen Lucas, same thing. Right? Thomas Castellanos, he can make you some plays. I mean, we've all seen that one play where he ran 20 yards backwards and still completed a pass. This season is about being able to make plays. Can you run tempo? And can the defense stay not healthy, but can they stay energized? So when you go and score in about 4 or 5 plays, they can be able to get a stop, a 3 and out. Can you run tempo? Can you block it up good? Can you catch? Can you make plays? Can you extend plays? Can you get a first down? Can you drain the clock? Can you limit possessions where it helps you in these big games like Alabama, Miami, Clemson, and Florida? Can you be able to drain the clock when you need to, and can you score within reasonable time, if that makes sense? I don't know what Alabama even looks like. I honestly don't really care. They just got Ryan Williams. Can you stop him? No. Can you limit him? Yes. That's all you need to do. is just limit Ryan Williams and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. As long as the offense makes plays, as long as the defense can contain Ryan Williams, we'll be fine. I'm more concerned about the offense than the defense. Can we stop Alabama's pass offense? Can we stop the run? That's the defense's main concern, honestly, is Ryan Williams in the run game, because they got some beefy dudes at the line for Alabama. I'm gonna look up their roster or whatever. We are 13.5-point underdogs going to the game. I think ESPN said that Alabama has a 91% chance of winning, which, I mean, cool for them, I guess. But we should be able to be in the game. This is not Nick Saban, Alabama. We should be in the game. No problems. We should be in there. I think everybody's main concern is, will they compete for the full 60 minutes? Because last year we didn't see that at all. Not even game 1. Can they compete for the full 60 minutes? Can they try? Can they care to be there at all? Which I don't think there's going to be a problem, because you already saw Tony White was calling out players already, and then you had Conrad DeHussey try to fight a coach, and then he got kicked off the team. Which, one, he's a moron. He's just a moron, straight out moron. There's been like kind of reasons why I haven't been covering lately, because it's just morons on, like, you know what I mean? Like, not like, see, I just got myself in trouble, but I'm looking up the linemen. I'm sure they're clear at the very bottom. You guys don't see it, but I'm sure they're clear at the bottom. But Florida State is 13.5-point underdogs, which is kind of crazy because Alabama had like 3 guys go out and the line is still there. So, I mean, if I was a coach, I'd be like, look, these guys are just they're down you just because of last year, and some of you guys weren't even here. So, are you going to prove them wrong? Okay, we're fine with the offensive lineman. We got Max Smith, offensive lineman, 6'3", 285, 6'2", 260, 6'3", 330. Jeez, that's a big boy. Pause. 6'5", 326. He's a senior, so he's going to be playing. Some of these are freshmen, some of them are seniors, you know. 6'2", 305 pounds. 6'3", 295. 285. 321. 319. 340. 315. 285. 306. 308. 332. 290. 322. You see? They're big boys. It doesn't help that we run the 335 either. So Tony White better have some schemes lined up, prepared, because mano y mano ain't gonna work. I think Darrell Jackson might be the only person that's gonna line up against him. Now I'm gonna look for a defensive lineman. Here's one. He's 6'5", 282. I mean, they're big boys. Pause again. Linebacker. This dude's a freshman. He's 6'3", 230. We got 6'4", 302 defensive lineman. I don't think this is the guy who's injured. I think he's gonna play or something. 6'3", 297. Maybe if I can find it on X, I can see they put out their starters. But game predictions, I guess I'll just go ahead and just say it. Obviously, I don't think Florida State's going to win. So they keep it close. That could be a 24-17 game. I have hope because I don't trust this quarterback at all. Alabama's quarterback. I don't trust Alabama's quarterback at all. Tommy, it just depends how he does, because, they're going to be trying to late hit him and throw him to the ground and do all this kind of extra stuff. You know what I mean? Because of what he said. Alabama did not post their stuff. I feel like Florida State's like the only team in the country that be posting like their starters like already ahead. (24-17) would be a good. It would be good as long as we keep things very close. Everything's competitive. We're not quitting. We're not being blown up by 25 points. I think we'll be fine throughout the season and recruiting. I think we'll be fine. But if we go out there and lay an egg, we're gonna be in trouble. Yeah, I don't see anything about them releasing their whole thing, but we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and just look at our starting people. But if we go out there and we totally like lay an egg, we might lose 38-17. And I guess I just see right here, offensive lineman Bryson St is no longer on the roster. Doesn't say why. They don't really say why, but I just find that Conrad Hussey thing it's just so weird. Like, what happened at practice where he just snapped and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna fight my coach. I thought he was gonna be a good solid player. In other news, Jordan Travis is going to be joining the Bell's End as the brand's ambassador. That's pretty good. Alright, I found the depth chart. I should have just went to the Florida State official X Twitter account, because Warchant posts like 80 times a day apparently for like the past week. Alright, so obviously Castellanos is going to be quarterback number 1. The running back is either going to be Roydell or Gavin Sawchuk. Kind of weird because I think Sawchuk's better than Roydell. We saw him play at Oklahoma. Jalen Lucas or Usman Chroma, which is good because Usman looks like he's a beast. So where's that Cam Davis dude at? People who don't know, I have beef with Cam Davis because I think he might be bigger than Usman Chroma, and he runs like a little kid. Tight end Rennie Pittman Jr., and then behind him is Amari Williams or Landon Thomas, because they put "or" in there. Wide receiver, we got Deuce Robinson. Behind him is Gavin Blackwell or Elijah Moore, and then Squirrel White. Behind him is Micah Danzy or BJ Gibson. And then starting with Squirrel White and Deuce Robinson is Javon Boggs, which he's a 6'7" freshman, by the way. And behind him is Chase Lofton. Left tackle, Gunnar Hansen, and then behind him is Lucas Simmons. And then at left guard, it's either Richie Leonard and then Jacob Brizzi. They highlighted him, so I'm sure they'll be switching him out. And then Luke Pettibon is going to be starting at center. At right guard, Adrian Medley or Jacob Brizzi. And then at right tackle, we got Micah Pettis or Adrian Medley. On to the defense. Defensive end, James Williams, transfer from Nebraska. He looks like he could be something. Nose tackle, Daryl Jackson. Behind him, Daniel Lyons. Daryl Jackson has a lot to prove this year. I've seen nothing from him. He needs to step up. He had his moments last year, but this is his year that he needs to step up because he is a beast that needs to be awakened. And if he's not going to wake up, well, he needs to go home. Like Desmond Watson that just got released from the Bucks, 400 pounds, and you couldn't cut weight. I ain't got nothing because even though when he was at Florida, he was just a big waste of space. I mean, he's 400 pounds. Probably takes up 3 seats in the movie theater. Defensive end, Jason Jenkins, which he was a transfer from Tennessee. Behind him is Dante McCray, which he was from Western Kentucky, if I can remember correctly. Linebacker, Justin Cryer. Behind him is Blake Nicholson. And then another linebacker, Elijah Herring. Behind him is AJ Cottrell. But I do like Justin Cryer. I do. And I do like Elijah Herring. He's a veteran linebacker in college football, so he should know what he's doing. And then Jack, it's literally on here, Jack. Omar Graham Jr., and then behind him would be Stephen Thompson, which is kind of weird because Omar was okay. He had a moment against Duke, but Stephen Thompson was a transfer from Nebraska, so we'll see if they rotate him in there or Omar improved that much. And then cornerback, Jabril Rawls. And then behind him is Charles Lester. And then Quindarius Jones. At Rover, Earl Little Jr. And then behind him is Donnie Herbert. And then at safety, we got Ashton Barker or Shaheem Brown. I don't know what's going on with Shaheem Brown. He should be starting. What is Shaheem? What are you doing, dude? You're just like I'm so disappointed in Shaheem. I really am. He blocked that kick against LSU, and then he just had a good year in 23. Then last year was nowhere to be seen at all. And it seems like he's been doing this since 23, declining. What is he doing? And other safety, Edwin Joseph or KJ Kirkland. See, he's not even starting. What is he doing? And then cornerback Jerry Wilson. Behind him is Shamar Arno. Am I missing something? Yeah, there's no McCoy. I'm looking at the comments. There's no McCoy. Which he's been Lil Wayne McCoy. He's not on here. Yeah, I think a lot of these comments on X is talking about Shaheem. Because what is he doing? And then where's the guy that transferred from? What's his name? From Houston. I don't even see him on here. Okay, so it's Jerry. They put Jerry on there, so maybe that's what it is. I was about to flip out, but there's no Cam Davis. There's no Wayne McCoy. Shaheem's benched. Where's Landon Thomas at? Okay, there he is. I'm trying to figure out why Roydell is over Sawchuk, honestly. I'm not trying to be negative because my last video, me explaining us going 8-4 was negative. And that I don't know anything about football. Or whatnot. But that's your depth chart. But who knows? Let's have high hopes. My prediction: Alabama 31, Florida State 14. Hopefully they can be better than what they were last year. At least it's kind of hard with this first game because it's against Alabama. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Peace